Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about surface area of pyramids and cones. So you're going to need to make sure you have your flip chart that we've been working out of. That's where our notes are going to go today. You're going to need a calculator, a pen and or pencil, and we're going to get started. This first slide here, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to write this in your notes, okay? So pyramids can have any shape for a base. It can have a square, a triangle, a hexagon, an octagon, a dodecagon, anything that they want. Now, the lateral sides are the triangles, and the most common pyramids are square base pyramids, okay? There's an example of a pyramid. Now, this, I would like you guys to find a little room in your notes. Don't make this a huge picture, but make sure you have it on your pyramids under surface area. I want you to just draw a square pyramid as seen here to the best of your ability. The two big things we're going to talk about that make a big difference in our answers and how we solve things, and that is the height of a pyramid, which is the perpendicular height, which is from the center of my pyramid to the center of my base. Okay, it's right here, center of my pyramid to center of my base. And the slant height right here is what goes from the center of my pyramid up top, but it's going to be on that triangle. Okay, and it's going to go to my side of my base. Okay, so we're starting at the same point, except for now I'm going to the side of my base. So please make sure you have this picture written down in your notes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about the surface area of a regular pyramid, we're going to look at this. This is another square pyramid. If I break this apart into a net, I'm unfolding it. This is what it looks like. I have my one square here in the center. That was my base. And then I have 4 triangles that put this together. Now these 4 triangles, ladies and gentlemen, are always going to be congruent. They're going to be the same. Alright? Now you guys don't have to write this one down in your notes, but I want you to know what it looks like when we go from a pyramid if I unfold that pyramid. Alright, we're going to have this example down in our notes. So you're going to want to draw this little 3D square pyramid. And in order to find the surface area of this, we need to find the surface area of our square and of our triangles. And when we're talking about our triangle, ladies and gentlemen, remember we're going to have 4 of them. So to find the area of our square, all we have to do is take base times height. And if I look at this, our square, all the sides are going to be the same. So if one side is 8, the other side is going to be 8. So our base is 8 and our height is 8. So the area of our square is 64 units squared. So that is out of the way for us. The next one we have to worry about, ladies and gentlemen, is a triangle. Now we only need to know one of the triangles and then we can multiply it by 4. Now, in order to find the area of a triangle, we need to know the base and the height. So here's my triangle on the side. I know my base is 8. What I don't know, though, ladies and gentlemen, is my height. This is my height. My slant height is the height of my triangle. So I need to know what my slant height is. Now here, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, so we gotta pay attention. We're going to create another triangle inside of this. They give us our regular height, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So we're going to go like this. Straight down is 12, and then I'm going to go over and connect it. So right here, I've just made a right triangle. My height is 12. My base here of my right triangle, ladies and gentlemen, we can figure this out because my side length is 8. I went straight down to the middle, so I cut it in half. That means this right here is 4. So when I plug this in, I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to go 12 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. I need to find my hypotenuse. That's my slant height. So I have 144 plus 16 equals x squared. And I'm going to get 160 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides. And I'm going to get 12.65 equals my height. Now that I know my height and my base, I can come back over to my triangle. Area equals base times height divided by 2. So area equals 8 times 12.65 divided by 2. So my area for one triangle is 50.6. Now we can't forget there's 4 of them, so we have to take this times 4. So the area of all my triangles is 202.4 units squared. So now that I have the area of my triangle, the area of my square, all I have to do is add these together. So I have 64 plus 202.4 equals 266.4 units squared. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my answer. Alright, that's enough for pyramids. Now we're going to move on to cones. Cones have a circular base that curves meet at a point at the top. Okay, that's what a cone is. Now, you don't have to write that part in your notes, but ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to write this one in your notes. Okay, only important things here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about our cone. This is our slant height right here. And this is our regular height from the vertex straight down. So very much like our pyramids. So make sure you have a little example of this underneath your cone section of your notes. You want to know what a cone looks like, the important parts of a cone. Now, when we break a cone apart, now this, you guys don't have to write this in your notes, but I want you to see. When we break a cone apart, we break it into a circle and an arc. Now, when we're working with the surface area of a cone, we don't always know this degree. Almost never do we know what this degree is of our arc. So instead of being able to use what we know and finding the area of a circle and the area of a sector, we have to come up with this new formula. So for your cone part of this, your notes, I need you to write down this formula. Surface area equals pi r squared. So pi r squared that's our circle part. That's what we know. And then they came up with this wonderful little formula for that sector part in case we don't know the angle degree. And that's going to be pi r L. Now L is our slant height, or what they call it in the back one, they called it, yeah, slant height. Alright, sorry about that. So when we're finding our surface area, we're going to do pi r squared plus pi r L. And L is our slant height. So please make sure this gets into your notes. This is how we're going to find the surface area of our cones. Alright. Off to our last example. Make sure we have this one in our notes as well, ladies and gentlemen. So we have our formula, which is surface area equals pi r squared plus pi r L. So we know our radius, so I'll put that in. Surface area equals pi times 5 squared plus pi times 5. Now our problem though is we don't know our slant height, we just know our height. So you have to come over here. If I put this in, this is what I don't know. I have a right triangle, I know 2 sides, so I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. I have 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. 25 plus 144 equals x squared. And then I'm going to get 169 equals x squared. Square root of both sides. 13 equals x. So my slant height here is going to be 13. So I can plug that in for my L. Once I get here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to type this in my calculator. So I get the surface area equals 78.54 plus 204.20. Add those together. My total surface area of this cone is 282.74 centimeters squared. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful, fabulous day, and I will be seeing you later. Bye.